Howdy guys, I'm back with more Path of Exile, the Fall of Oriath. Last time I started up Act 8 and I dealt with Doedri, so now I've got a ton of quests that I guess are going to take me on either side of the map here, so I'm headed to what I guess looks like to be the key first, so let's go see what's waiting for us here in Act 8. Not much further to go after this. Act 8, then Act 9, then Act 10, then all the endgame goodies. So I still have a lot to do, but the main story I think is kind of about to come to a climax pretty soon, I think. Alright, so we've entered the key here, and once again, those glorious new water physics are just doing wonders. So, this part of Sarn looks quite a bit different than some of the other areas, but not too much different. The kind of colors seem to be a bit like brighter. It doesn't look quite as like dirty here, but it still very much looks like Sarn, or the area or whatever. So I kind of like it here. I think this is a pretty nice place. Might buy a house by the water, come here and make my little summer home. Just have to deal with the occasional zombie wraith thing every now and then, right? No big deal. Yeah, actually, this place kind of looks a lot like a big, brighter daytime docks, doesn't it? I see a big, ridiculous orb coming my way. What's up with this? We've got some crazy harbingers or something. I guess I should probably use my buff, huh? I never thought to use, like a golem summon on damage taken, and I gotta say I actually think I kind of like it quite a bit because I don't have to worry about what my lightning golem is up to. Now of course this may not be the best golem to use. Like I said, I'm kind of using a hodgepodge of gems from stuff that I saw in a build, and then some of my comments, and then some stuff that's my own stupid decision making. I don't know. So I know I'm not doing what's the absolute best right now, but I'm having fun, and that's all that matters, right? So really don't know what to think of the storytelling at this point. Like, I feel like they had some good ideas for story elements, but because of their time crunch, a lot of it didn't get completely fleshed out, or, as we saw with some of the dialogue, didn't even really get inserted into the game properly. Gotta say that's kind of a bit of a letdown. But, I've said this before too, I do understand that GGG is here to make, the game fun, and they care more about the balance and, the fun of it rather than making sure some dialogue is 100% perfect. So, I mean, I do, forgive them for, it sounds so arrogant to say something like that, but, I understand, the problems, I guess, but kind of a shame that it wasn't done. Well, I don't want to say better, because like I said, I understand. I think the storytelling is good, it's just they're under time constraints, and, maybe if they had more time, or maybe weren't in such a rush to get everything out, I don't know. There's so much I wish that could have been done better, but I do understand it, like I said. And like I said, there's some cool concepts, like this whole Tolman being like revived, or whatever the heck we're doing with this Ankh. Like, this is some kind of creepy but interesting stuff. You can see how Clarissa's kind of changed from, a sweet, maybe naive girl, and maybe she is still a sweet, naive girl, but definitely someone that I think has been a little bit twisted by what Rayclast has done to her, that's for sure. Alright, looks like I have an arena here, so why don't here's Clarissa. Alright, speaking of Clarissa, I guess we're doing this here. Now, I am curious how she managed to drag Tolman here by herself. Look at this poor guy. He has got it rough. He is so red. He looks like a little ketchup elemental or something. Okay, take a deep breath because I know this is gonna get really weird and I don't think I'm gonna like how it ends, so let's do it.
Exile, you've helped me before. You can help me again, can't you? The Ankh of Eternity. If the legends are correct, the Ankh has powers over life and death. When paired with the correct Asmerian ritual, I've learned the ritual. All I need is the Ankh of Eternity, and I know I can bring Tolman back.
Ew.
Will you retrieve the artifact for us?
Okay, so basically I have no business in here until I get this Ankh, which says it's in the key, so I think I need to step outside and then return to the arena, but I think I can already see where this is going. There's definitely, absolutely, most definitely going to be a boss fight in there because there's a separate room, and you know, just like all of these new areas seem to have like a little boss fight in a separate area, this is going to be no exception. So I guess I'm going to find this Ankh and then shenanigans. Like, I don't know, things aren't going to go the way that we thought they were going to go, or maybe Clarissa will go crazy, or maybe Clarissa's going to be possessed by a god. I have so many speculations. I don't know what's going to happen to her, but I guess GGG just had to be sadistic and they weren't happy with just taking Tolman. They've got to take Clarissa too, but I mean, the thing with this whole Clarissa Tolman thing is really it's not all that. I mean, given the circumstances in the world, like within the context of the world, it seems not completely out of character for her to want to do this. You know, she loved Tolman. That was probably her first and probably only love, considering she's young. And when you look at the world that Rayclast is, there's not exactly, you know, I would hate to see the Tinder matches on, in Rayclast. It's like, what are you going to swipe right on? One of these crazy Wraiths, Mervale, you know, it's kind of not exactly the best place to find a lover, so she probably wants to hold on to anyone that she can get her claws into, right? Alright, still not seeing this Ankh, but I do see another area here, the Crane Gate. Alright, well let me just poke my head in here real quick. I think this is probably going to be a completely different side area, so I'm probably going to have to step back into the key. Let's see, travel to the key, yes, so I'm in a completely different area, the Crane Gate, which is going to, I guess this will eventually lead me to the temples or whatever, so I'm gonna just hop out of there, and my goodness, they just decided to go crazy with these areas in these later acts, didn't they? Like, this place is absolutely ridiculous, and I feel like I've been down like every nook and cranny almost. I didn't go in this corner all the way. There we go. So, not sure where that Ankh is. I've definitely made a wrong turn at Albuquerque, and the thing is, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, well, I mean, I know I can look at the map, but my gosh, it's going to be quite the chore getting back to where Clarissa was. Really wish I'd found this Ankh thing before I found her, but this area is just so big, my goodness. Like, look at all of this. How can there be so many wraiths and everything here? I guess it's a pretty good place to get some experience, though, if I weren't so darn over-leveled. What am I, 60? I'm 62. I'm 5 levels higher than all the monsters here, guys. I probably shouldn't have done the cruel lab like 3 times. I really wanted some treasure in there, though, and man, I've been running into a lot of really crazy puzzles in the labyrinth. I don't know if they were things that were always there and I managed to miss repeatedly or what, but I've been kind of having fun doing the labyrinth. I really hope I can get to the endgame labyrinth in this playthrough. We'll have to see how all that goes. I honestly will be really happy just to find this stupid Ankh. My gosh. Clarissa's got me traveling all over this damn city. If I had a little step counter, how many steps have I taken in this place? That's what I'd like to know. It's probably like right here, right at the front of the place, and I probably whizzed right past it or something. Looks like there's a bridge here that might go to something. Yep, here we go. I see a little exclamation mark. This is going to be what I want. Yep, Ankh of Eternity, the amulet. It whispers to me, what did it say? Horrible things. Horrible things. So this isn't going to be a benevolent Ankh of goodness. I'm guessing this is going to, oh, this is going to be one of those artifacts from one of the, so like a god or something is going to start speaking through Clarissa as soon as I hand it to her, which is kind of weird. It seems like since I just picked up the artifact, it seems like I would be going wacky in the brain or something, but maybe I'm special or something because of all the craziness I've endured. But as soon as I hand this over to Clarissa, she's not going to be the same Clarissa. Here we go. Rip Clarissa, a moment of silence. Alright.
Give it to me quickly. Finally, Tolman. We can be together as before. All right. Let's begin. Suffering will besiege us, and yet love will prevail. Pain will imprison us, and yet love will prevail. Grief will engulf us, and yet love will prevail. Death will surely take us, and love will... No. This isn't right. This is... Oh, Tolman, please. Forgive me. Exile, look out!
Oh, great. What did you do? What am I looking out for? You or... Oh! Defeat the zombies. Oh, look at poor Tolman. What have we done to him? Oh my gosh. Well, she raised the dead, alright. She most certainly did that. Good going, Clarissa. All you did was, we've got crazy gods, we've got Oriathans, we've got all this crazy stuff happening in Ray class, and you decided to start the zombie apocalypse. Nice going, Clarissa. Started the zombie apocalypse. Good job. Kill Tolman. Alright, well, he's gonna get swept up in the... Tolman. Damn it, man. Thanks for the chess piece. Oh, Clarissa. Well... At least it wasn't Clarissa that died, but...
I believe in traveling light.
I believe in traveling light. But Clarissa just lost her lover for the second time. Of course, I don't know if you could really count him. Ooh, hello. That's got a lot of stats I can't use, but it does a lot of damage. And... blah, bunch of junk. Alright, Clarissa. Have we learned our lesson about messing with artifacts and trying to revive the dead? Look at poor Tolman, man. He looks worse than when I left him in the crematorium, man. Come on, Clarissa, you screwed up.
How could I have been so stupid? Caruso didn't hide the Ankh out of shame. He hid it out of fear. Out of... Oh my. What did the Ankh really do to his wife? Everything I saw, that I read... lies to cover the truth of what Kiara had really become. All right. I'll destroy the Ankh. We've come a long way since Harusa's day, so I'm thinking I can manage where he so sorely failed. At least that's something I know I can do right. I'll meet you back at the encampment soon. For now, I need to... Look, I'll just see you there. I promise.
All right, Clarissa. At least she came to her senses. I thought that if she touched the artifact, she would go bonkers too, but she is like... I can't imagine being with someone that I love more than anything, and then this horrible woman takes this person from me. And it's like, oh, well, okay, so he's dead, and I'm depressed over that. I really liked that guy. He had great hair. And then I find him, and he's this undead thing, or whatever the heck he was, at the encampment. drag him around with me, look up some ancient ritual of reviving the dead, go forth with said ritual, turn my lover into a zombie, and then have some dashingly handsome duelist come up and just chop his face off. Like, that's the stuff that, man, that's the stuff nightmares are made of. That's the stuff that stays with you for a while. Clarissa's not gonna be okay. Not for a long time. She's not in a good situation. I feel bad for her. Alright, let's give Clarissa a talking to real quick now that Tolman is no more.
Poor Tolman. He was never really with me, was he?
Nope.
Just the shell of a man I loved. Wherever he is now, I hope he is at peace and that he can forgive me for not being able to let go. Here, take something for at least helping me. And thank you for everything.
Another point. Thank you, Clarissa. I do really hope you've learned your lesson as far as raising the dead goes. Alrighty, so I was going over here, so this is really nice now. 25% increased physical damage with two-handers, attack speed, ailments, something or other. So I feel like I should probably keep going down here and grab all of that. Like I said, I could use the damage at this point. I'm guessing
there you
not
are.
you.
What's going on?
I was going to guess that no one had any new dialogue, but Maramoa looks like she has something.
I was out hunting food for our encampment. Like a prowling cat I was. But what I saw marching across the ruins made me feel like a little mouse. Gem-studded warriors pounding the earth, led by their strongest, a captain. I've known of these gemling legionnaires, how they were once the personal swords of Emperor Chitus. But now they rise again, with this captain at their fore. Swallowing my fear, I followed the captain and found a force being gathered within the Grain Gate. Exile. I know it's not fair for me to ask. You have done so many things for us. But if you were to find the captain and slay him and his men, I would honor you greatly. Our little town would not survive an onslaught such as the captain is likely to enact upon us.
You would honor me. That's all you do is honor me. You won't, never mind, that's not appropriate. Yeah, so she talked up, I already got the dialogue for the Gimling Legionnaires, and it seemed weird and out of place. She just started talking about them, and I was like, huh, okay, that's cool. So, this unlocked too early. I was probably supposed to get that dialogue right now when I got that quest. But now she has a little bit to say about Clarissa and Tolman, so let's hear what she has to say.
If I am a watchful owl, then you are the courageous hawk, swooping with sharpened talons to wrench the serpent from the child's neck. Clarissa will bear that wound for the rest of her life, but I'm glad you were there to save her from following poor Tolman into the dirt. Perhaps now that Clarissa has lost her love of death, she will finally be able to embrace life.
Let's hope so, for real this time. And there's a perfectly handsome duelist here if you need anyone to help you forget about Tolman. No, okay, no, not at all. Alright, so I guess I'm going to go back to the Grain Gate here now that Maramoa gave me a optional quest for it, so I need to kill some Gimling Legionnaires, which I'm only too happy to do. So I'll be exploring what seems to be kind of a similar area as the key, just less water basically, right? Just a city away from the water, so these aren't the nice houses. The nice ones are the ones by the water. That's where you want to live, right? You don't want to live over here away from all the good fun in the water, right? I don't know. I don't think I'd want to live anywhere with all the zombies and nonsense wandering around, to be perfectly honest, but hey, that's just me. Alright, so this looks like it's going to be another big area, but at least it doesn't... Well, I was going to say at least it doesn't seem too big, or like too big and open, so I'll be able to pretty easily cyclone my way through things. And we got battle turkeys. I can't believe I'm fighting battle turkeys again. Wonderful. Well, I guess the... No, or I don't. Was there battle turkeys in Act 3? I don't think there were battle turkeys in Act 3. I think they came in Act 4, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. Alright, so don't really like going in all of these big house things, structures though, because am I lagging? I'm not sure what was up with that. I just like I keep calling it whirlwind, cycloned through all those battle turkeys and didn't do anything. I do have a little, my latency seems a bit higher than normal, 132, but I usually get pretty poor latency because I'm connecting to the California server, but I'm in super far northwest British Columbia. So that's probably, like, that's still sadly the best server I can connect to. Pretty much every online game I've got quite a bit of latency just because I live on a horrible island really far from civilization and good internet. Now the internet I get here, it actually goes pretty reasonably fast for the cost. I mean, well, you know, the cost of internet in North America and Canada is ridiculous no matter what, but I mean, all things considered, it's not awful. I just, you know, as you guys can see, have a little bit of latency issues, and like I said, that's pretty much every online game I can play. I have a little bit of latency issues, but it's not too bad. You know, I have to say that the internet I have in my little podunk in Canada is actually better than, and it's more reliable than any internet I had when I lived in America. I lived in a big city in America. I'm from Fort Worth, which is next to Dallas, which is a big city, and the internet I had there constantly had problems, like problems I couldn't fix, right? Like like it was something with the line or whatever. Like I was constantly calling support, and it was like they'd give me the run around. Have you tried power cycling? Have you tried restarting? And it's like, yes, I've done this 50 times, no less than 50 times. Why are you asking me? Of course I've done all of that. And you know how it is when you call any tech support, they act like you're an idiot. And, finally, after looking at the, actual signal strength or whatever and all this stuff, it's like, oh, it's something with our lines. No, I called them over our lines, no less than 6 times, and they would send someone out there to repair the internet line or the cable, I don't know. And, things would be fine for a few months and then turn around and have the same problem. I got to the point where I was just calling them. If I wanted help with I know this is scummy, but if I wanted help with my internet, I would actually just call the cancellations and just be like, I need to cancel my service. And then, of course, they're up in arms to make everything right, which, I think that's pretty sad that you have to threaten to, quit the service in order for someone to take you seriously. But, did what I had to do to get someone to take me seriously. It gets old getting the runaround. I'm sure you guys, anyone that's ever had to deal with customer support, that all too well, getting the runaround. So, but, ooh, 3 faces in the, I'm gonna get blowed up here. 3 faces in the dark. Ooh, nice. 3 chaos orbs. Can't complain about that. But yeah, so I had pretty unreliable internet, even though I was from a big city. It constantly dropped. Even though I had options, the one that dropped all the time was still better than the other guy. Now, the town I live in, there's literally a monopoly. There's only one internet service provider, and it's either you go with this one internet service provider or you're tethering your phone is basically your choice. And I am still using an American phone even though I'm living in Canada. I don't have a Canadian phone number, so I only get 1 gigabyte of data. So I am boned as far as internet goes, but thankfully Oh, here we go. Here's the Gemling Legionnaires. So, thankfully, it's been reliable. It's got latency issues, but it's reliable. I don't get a lot of disconnecting, which is all I care about. I've had, like, maybe 2 problems with my internet. It's slow, but it's reliable, and I care more about reliability than speed. Alright, official orders.
Captain Osiris. Remain in the warehouse until I personally send for you. In the unlikely event that Chittus should fall, you and your fellow legionnaires will be safely beyond the perimeter of his heart gem's influence. You men and women are my finest work yet. I would not lose you all to some aberration of chance. Malachi, Thaumaturge Laureate.
You know, what's cool about these guys? Look, they totally have tabula rasas on, I guess. I don't know, but look, they've got a little 6-link chest. Well, I think it's the thing about his chest piece compared to my chest piece is they're actually like jammed inside of them because they're gemlings, right? But I don't know, I'm just kind of amused looking at this, looking at the spells shoved into. I guess I should have paid better attention to him. I didn't know what spells he was using. I know, I'm so easily amused. Alright, so I taking care of the Legionnaires, and it looks like this area connects to, is that going to be, yeah, that's going to be the Solaris Temple over there, so I think I gotta keep looking around to find the way out of here, which, oh boy, this place is big and confusing as hell, and I don't know, I've kind of been noticing a lot of these later acts it's like, I don't know what happened. Like, did they just get lazy or what? They just decided that they were going to make the maps enormous here. Like, the maps in Act 5, 6 didn't seem all that big, and then some of the ones in 7 were getting big, and now that we're here in 8, a lot of the maps are just ridiculously big. Oh, look at this. I got 2 shrines next to one another. This is awesome. Let me grab that one, and then I'm going to roll over here and grab that one. Alright, double shrine and a chaos orb. What am I complaining about? This is great. Alright, moseying along. Where's my exalted orb? No exalted orb from the chest. I hear exalted orbs aren't worth what they once were anymore anyway, so the Imperial fields, man, they are really dragging me around all over the place here, aren't they? I guess the fields will probably connect to the Solaris Temple, but I've been wrong before. These are some pretty long load times, I gotta say. I don't know what happened. I went from quick load times to really slow, or maybe it's just me. Alright, so Imperial fields, still not at the Solaris Temple, which would make sense. I do remember it being more in this general area, so I guess we're just taking the long way. Alright, we got scarecrows. This is interesting. Scarecrows, rats, zombies, a little fox thing just went and hid in the bushes there. Some interesting monsters so far, so I guess this is just what this place is a boring old field. Was hoping there was a waypoint. It seems like a lot of the, interesting critters here. It seems like a lot of the waypoints have been like right here at the beginning, and oh gosh, I hope there's not going to be a ton of these devour, I forgot what, I want to call them thresher maws, but because there's, I'm playing Mass Effect, and there's like these creatures that jump out of the ground and they're called thresher maw, and I keep wanting to call them thresher maws, even though that's not what they are, I guess. Well, they kind of look like that, but I really hope I don't have to deal with a bunch of devourers here because they're super annoying. Alright, well, I want to try to mosey through here pretty quickly. I do see a waypoint over here. That's what I need. Good. Alright, I'm going to return to the encampment real quick so that I can talk to Maramoa and go ahead and unload my inventory. Let's see if I got anything good. Those aren't awful gloves. Really good lightning resistance and health and even some dexterity. Not a very, well, that chest plate breastplate's okay. Not a fan of that, and not a fan of that. Now, how does this compare to what I have? More lightning resist, less fire resistance, though, which is the important one. So those do look pretty good. I think I will set those aside in case I might use them. Put that stuff in there, reevaluate later. Alright, let me unload my currency, and I'm starting to get quite a few little cards here, and my pit of gems here, and I'll just throw this stuff in here, whatever. Alright, let's talk to Maramoa real quick.
My courageous hawk removes yet another snake from the long grass. I offer you a reward, but my mind remains unsettled. The captain lies rotting in the ground, buzzing with flies. But if gemling legionnaires can regain their sentience, then can all of the monstrosities of the Undying do the same? My thoughts turn to the burrows and chambers beneath the earth of Sarn. Could there be some new undead civilization growing and preparing itself underground at this very moment? Such thoughts do not make for easy sleeping.
I wonder, is that going to be somewhere we go later, or maybe is that a hint at what's going to be in the expansion, because there's an expansion coming out in 3 months, right? And I know they said it wasn't going to be as big as Oriath, but Alright, so got another passive point. Man, they're laying them on thick, aren't they? I feel like I've been getting tons of these books lately. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep moseying right along. Gotta go find a temple, and really don't know what to think of Maramoa's belief that there's a civilization. Like, that just seemed like such a oddball thing. Like, what she said there, like, that seemed really out of place. Like, why would she just be talking about that? Like, I feel like the people there were just kind of always worried about the here and the now, and it seems kind of strange that she'd talk about that. I kind of think that's either a hint. I really do feel like that's a hint for things to come. Maybe I'm looking a little too much into it, but it sounded a bit like a hint to me, because it just seemed really out of place to talk about that. But I don't know, I probably think about stuff too much, and I'm usually wrong. I can't help but wonder what the expansion's going to be. You know, Oriath has been my... I just realized I haven't had my curse on. How embarrassing. You know, Oriath has been my first experience with an expansion as far as Path of Exile goes, right? I've only played... oh geez, I've only played, what is it, the Atlas of Worlds or whatever, when, I've only played during Legacy League, right? So, you know, Oriath was a absolutely massive expansion. So, you know, on the one hand, Oriath was great. I'm loving it. I still have quite a ways to go before I'm done with it. Oh, we got ribbons here. But the thing is that Oriath has kind of set a precedent for me as far as expansions go. So, you know, I know the next one's not going to be as big, so I can't help but wonder how how it's going to be, how I'm going to feel about it. Like, I don't think I'll be disappointed, because I already know going in that it's like, okay, it's not going to be as big as Oriath, and some of you guys have speculated it's going to be some updates to the Atlas, so I guess they're going to make more endgame stuff, because there's obviously not enough to do in the game right now. You know, how long did it take you guys to get through all the acts? You know, I know it's taking me a really long time to get through the Oriath content, because I'm listening to all of the dialogue, no matter how misplaced it is. So, you know, if you skip all of that, you know, obviously this isn't very big at all, but you still do kind of need to do the side quests if you want to get all your passive points. Like, I feel like there's not really a good reason to not do the side quests, especially since so many of them take you through areas you're going through anyway, right? So, I really kind of curious how long it's taken a lot of people. I know that I'm really slow in general, even without the dialogue in the grand scheme of things, but, so I know there's going to be those folks that, you know, got through everything, I'm sure, day one or whatever, but I don't know, just curious to see how many hours or days it took people to get, you know, to the end game fun or whatever. I'm still having a lot of fun exploring and getting through everything. You know, I'm definitely not in a rush. I'm just kind of curious because I know I'm super duper slow. Oh, it looks like we've got Vagan over here with a mission. Now, how does Vagan and all of these masters just get over here so easily, but I've got to go across
Let me bend your ear for a moment.
whole darn countryside to find anything. Gosh, it looks like he just carved this arena out himself. This looks fresh. Definitely looks out of place for the rest of the area. You've got all these beautiful red rugs and marble floor, and it's just like this little rotten looking dungeon.
So here's how
Alright, my favorite master. Let's get this done real quick and nasty like. Alright, easy enough. Thank you, dear. And I'm out the door again. Easy enough. Alright, love Vagans. Always nice and quick. Alright, so don't see anything really over on that side, so just cutting up some ribbons here. I'm really curious to see if we're going to see any more of Diala too. Alright, here we are in the Solaris Temple. I thought I was making my way to the Lunaris one, but here I am in the Solaris Temple. I guess they're probably going to be right next to each other, huh? So I've got to find these, yeah, it says the Lunaris Temple there, Sun Orb here. So I should have gone the other way to see what's, I guess the bathhouse was on the western side of this over here, so I'll have to do that maybe next time or something, I don't know. I'll have to see how far this temple goes, I guess. So I guess I need to find an orb here, so it seems like I'm probably going to want to be pretty thorough about exploring this place so I don't miss the item or where to go or anything. Don't want this to be like the key earlier where I ended up having to backtrack quite a bit to find the Ankh, so better for me to explore the rooms slowly, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. Or I can just end up fighting a whole bunch of nothing and just wasting my time. Whatever, no problem, no problem. But yeah, see, this is what I mean. These areas seem like, is it just me or do the areas seem a lot bigger? Maybe it is just me, but I swear all of the maps in these few areas have been just gigantic. And, you know, normally I wouldn't mind that, but man, I've still got so much to do as far as, you know, the actual game goes. I can't believe they're dropping these massive maps on me. I guess this is how I'm supposed to level up or whatever, because we've had a big jump in levels here. The monsters here are 59, I'm 63. I kind of feel like I've maybe done this stuff out of order, like maybe I should go back and do this bathhouse one, because that I feel like that one's probably maybe a bit lower level than the rest of the temple areas, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm also kind of curious if we're going to see like Zana and the map stuff anytime soon. Probably not, because I guess maps would have drawn, I would have had some level 1 maps drop by now, or tier 1 maps, whatever. I'm guessing those would have dropped by now if I was getting close to whenever I get to do mapping again. Really looking forward to doing more mapping. It's been a while since I've gotten to run maps, and now I'm actually really looking forward to it. Not that I don't love doing the story, I forgot how much fun it was to run around and basically place the ARPG version of slot machines, right? Hopefully something good will drop this time. Hopefully something good will drop this time. Hopefully something good will drop this time. I don't care. I love it. This is a fun game. It's entertaining, passes the time, never dull, right? A lot of games get kind of dull, or, you know, like, I don't know, a lot of games even kind of make you mad sometimes, right? I don't know. I'm sure if I turned on general chat, I'd get a lot of salty people, but I don't know if PoE is one of those games that could really, like, make me, like, seriously super angry or anything, like in, you know, like these online competitive games make me rage and tilt. I'm just kidding. Am I? But no, I don't know. I mean, like, there's some things that have made me salty, but not particularly angry. Like, this game is just relax and kill stuff to me. I love just relaxing and killing stuff, right? That's all I'm doing, is just whirlwinding around, feeling amazing. That's what it's all about, is whirlwinding around. Well, not just whirlwinding, but using your abilities, feeling amazing, killing all the bad stuff, maybe some of the good stuff too. Alright, yeah, I decided I was just gonna have a stomp through everything. There wasn't really a lot of stuff to hit. Sorry about that. I know the noise can be a little bit obnoxious. See what I mean about these big maps, though? I can't really... I don't know if I should go backtracking through these side areas, or if I should just rush to the end. I feel like every single time I've tried to rush to the end of an area, I've ended up having to backtrack anyway, so just don't really know what the best strategy for getting through these areas. Oh, looks like some ribbons here already dead. Are these, they're blue though, so I'm guessing this is the way to the Solaris Temple, maybe, perhaps? There's a portal there, and a journal entry.
Malachi, first Caso of Divini, 1329 IC. Pretty as porcelain, but her mouth spins like the potter's wheel. That's how I once described Diala. Yet on this day, my lady is as ravishing as a nightmare, radiant as the fullest moon. Diala is my gemling queen, and we shall rule side by side over the world that will soon come to be.
Alright, so I think that's the same dialogue journal entry from before, so, or the original temple. So let's go up on this portal here, and I guess I'll find my orb up here, huh? Dawn, yep, here's Dawn, so I defeat him, and I guess I get my orb, and then I guess I'll have to go to the other temple and defeat Dusk to get the other one then, huh? Is that how this is going to work? Alright, so this is getting to be a pretty serious fight, so let me actually use my Vol Haste for like the first time in 10 videos.
I do love the stink of victory.
Apparently I love the stink of victory. Alright, I don't even know where poor Dawn was in the middle of all of that spinning to win. He just got chopped down like everything else, right? Alright, Sun Orb is mine. Now, how the heck do I get out of here? Like, now that's the question I want to know. Is there actually, like, a way out of here? Or it looks like there's an exit here that connects to the next area. Now, whether that's on this floor or upstairs is another question entirely, or if I need to reroute around by going to the west of the Doedri, however you say her name, sewers, so not really sure where to navigate, how these things are going to end up connecting. Yeah, I'm just wandering around right now trying to figure all of this out. It looks like there's, oh my gosh, I feel like I might have to end up going back upstairs. I don't know, I'm way the heck over here, but there's a little bit of a side area. Maybe I'm wrong altogether and I do need to go to the west. I really can't tell. Like I said, looks like there's a little bit of an area here. Oh, it's not connected. I feel like I've been trolled. Alright, so doesn't look like there's... I mean, let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the map here. Ah, boy. I mean, there's a little corner there that I haven't been to, but I really don't see anywhere that I haven't been, so I think whatever this area is to the west, southwest of me can't be accessed on the second floor. Maybe it has to be accessed on the first floor. Let's see, there's not really a whole lot that I haven't been to. A lot of stuff on this side. So, I just don't know, honestly. So I'm going to just go back to town. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here after I make sure there's no dialogue from anybody. Of course, I don't think there's going to be really anything new. Was kind of hoping someone would,
something?
Not you. Was hoping someone would take this giant sun orb off my hand because it's taking up a lot of space. I forgot to read it. The sun is a devoted mother. She casts her golden blessings on the crops of the pious and makes barren the fields of heresy. Sunlight is belief. Sunlight is life. Alrighty, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching me play Path of Exile today. Next time I'm going to explore to the west here, I believe. I think I'm going to go back to the Solaris Temple off camera just to see if I can get these two areas to connect, because I'm pretty sure I'm just missing something in there, so I'll be doing some looking around off camera. Alrighty guys, well thanks again for watching, and bye for now.